Somali cop who murdered white woman with one shot just dropped sick admission, "This means war." Minneapolis resident and bride-to-be, Justine Damon, had called the cops for help on Saturday night, not realizing it was going to be a fatal decision. She trusted officers to protect her but was sent a Somali cop instead who saw an opportunity and took it. As Damon went up to the patrol car and spoke calmly through the officer's open driver's side window about an assault, Officer Mohammed Nur, who was in the passenger seat, reached across his partner and shot the 40-year-old woman in the abdomen, killing her on the spot with a single shot. Now, 3 days after the incident and less than 24 hours after the news of it broke, the Somali cop just dropped a sick admission that will undoubtedly bring about a war within our country. Minnesota has become a hotbed of hate as Muslim refugees have been allowed to flood the state at an unprecedented rate, more than any other place in the Union. While the point may have been to prove their tolerance as being better than others, it's only backfired with the increased problems experienced that make Minnesota the Middle East of the U.S. This was proven in the worst way possible when a Somali Muslim was given a job as a police officer and killed an innocent woman and is now making a disgusting demand in his admission of his crime. Damnon didn't pose a threat to the police officer and wasn't combative, so when he shot and killed her without provocation through his patrol car door, there was a lot more questions than answers. The Somali-American cop and his partner both had their body cams turned off at the time of Nur's crime. Teresa Nelson, interim executive director of the American Civil Liberties Union of Minnesota, said that by the officers not turning on their body cameras, they violated police policy. This violation of policy thwarted the public's right to know what happened to Ms. Damon and why the police killed her, Nelson said. The two officers broke the policy not only when they didn't activate the body cameras before the incident, but also when they failed to do so after the use of force. Nur, who was heralded as a hero just a couple of years ago for being the first one of his kind to become a police officer, has managed to get his peace-loving self into a heap of trouble for previously abusing one woman, and now killing one. Muslims always seem to have an issue with women, and when questioned about his homicide, he doesn't see what all the fuss is about. In fact, he went as far as to ask for something else while the Damon's blood is still fresh on his hands. Damon was an Australian yoga teacher and spiritual healer living in Th4 US and is now the poster woman for why Muslims refugees have no place in America. After calling 911 to report a possible assault in an alley behind her home on July 15, Damon herself became the victim of a homicide at the hands of a cop who should have never been given a badge and a gun. The shooting death has caused outrage in both Australia and Minnesota, where the victim was a beloved teacher of meditation. It's also being reported that she was supposed to be married this coming August. Nur is no stranger to controversy. He has already been sued before in his short career with the police department because of a May 25, 2017, incident where he and two other officers came to a woman's home and took her to the hospital. The woman later alleged this act constituted false imprisonment, assault, and battery. According to the recently filed lawsuit, the officers claimed they had reason to believe the woman was suffering a mental breakdown, which the woman and her doctors have adamantly denied. The woman also stated that Nur grabbed her right wrist and upper arm, which led to her having severe pain, which was caused by a previous shoulder injury as she was being arrested. Daily Mail reports. The partner of a Minneapolis cop has revealed he was stunned when Officer Mohammed Nur shot dead bride-to-be Justine Damon through a squad car door. Matthew Harity was in the driving seat when his partner reached across him and opened fire on Damon, 40, fatally wounding her in the abdomen. Nur, 31, has since offered his condolences in a statement, saying he empathizes with the loss others are experiencing but demanded everyone respect his privacy after he fatally shot the 40-year-old once through the abdomen. It has to be insulting to Damon's loved ones and the man she was about to marry, who will now be forced to bury her instead of walking down the aisle, for this murder to offer his insincere condolences after killing this woman. Worse yet, Nur wants privacy, which is what he gave up when he pulled the trigger and committed a heinous crime. It's really disgusting that he expects to be left alone when Damon's family is wanting answers and their daughter, friend, fiancé back. Sorry, Noor, you don't deserve any privacy. 7 Hoffman reports. Her partner, Don Damon, said he was being kept in the dark about the incident. Sadly, her family and I have been providing with almost no additional information from law enforcement regarding what happened after police arrived, Don Damon told reporters outside their home in suburban Fulton on Monday local time. We have lost the dearest of people and we are desperate for information. He said Ms. Damon's death was a loss to everyone who knew her. Our hearts are broken and we are utterly devastated by the loss of Justine, he said. It is difficult to fathom how to go forward without her in my life. The Minnesota Department of Public Safety Bureau of Criminal Apprehension, described as a fact finder independent of Minneapolis police, is investigating the shooting and confirmed Ms. Damon was not carrying a weapon. Once again we see liberal Americans being stupid and nor foreseeing that this was bound to happen when we opened our borders and doors to people who had no place in our society. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe Breaking News 365 channel. Goodbye and see you again.